Hi, so I'm back after my interview with Libby, the fourth grade public school child, and Almanaya, the sixth, seventh grade homeschool child, just to recap on what you can expect from my book. Um, my expectations is that it's going to change your marriage, change your life, change the way you view relationships, regardless of if you're on your fourth divorce, you're never getting married again, or you're a teenager who is curious about life and dating and how to make better choices so you don't have to make the same mistakes that maybe your parents made, because all of those things affect all of us no matter how old we are. And that's why this book means a lot to me. That's why I'm launching this Kickstarter. And now I just want to kind of overview the conversation that I had with these two young ladies to give you an understanding of what my book is about and how it works and how it helps. So Libby is in fourth grade, and she mentioned that kindergartners are free-spirited. I will touch on that really quickly. A free spirit in a marriage, in one sense, can be a great thing, but my first inclination is to say that freedom isn't free. And if you don't understand the cost of what it takes to have freedom and move about as you wish and do what you want and pursue this goal or that, without having another person to be accountable to, then you're already setting yourself up for failure, and there's more things you need to learn about the cost of freedom. That could also be a challenge for a kindergartner, which in my book I compared to the first year of marriage. If you are too free-spirited, you feel like you haven't done enough or experienced your freedom yet as an adult, or as a first-time person in a functional relationship because you just transitioned out of a very dysfunctional or abusive relationship, there could still be a lot of baggage there where you are wanting freedom and your relationship is making you feel trapped. And it might not be that the other person is doing anything wrong, but anyone that you have to be accountable to makes you feel like you're caged, and not like a free-spirited kindergartner like you want to be. So that goes deeper in the book. I'm going to move on to the next point. She said they have lots of energy. Your first year of marriage, kindergarten, hopefully you do have lots of energy, no matter how old you are, because age is never an excuse for being tired, for moving slowly in making decisions and doing things. And when you are full of true love and passion and excitement and you learn how to regain those things, the energy comes to really enjoy this life because it's short. Not caring what others think, that came from the baggage from that particular young lady of being bullied and harassed at school. And so not caring what others think is very important. I talk about that in my book, so I think it's awesome that she brought it up. Not caring what others think in your marriage. There's a lot of different ways to look at that. If you have decided to commit your life to someone and you've got family that feels like they're trying to get into your marriage and sow seeds because they're not used to you being unified with a person. They're used to the relationship that they had with you before you were committed to someone and locked down into a relationship, and so now they're doing things to kind of pull you guys apart. There's a lot of boundaries that need to be established there. There's things to learn there so that your relationship will work, because you do not want to be getting divorced because you don't know how to have an appropriate relationship with your mother or your father or your sister or your brother. Worried about being perfect. She said that that's a strain as a fourth grader that you have that you might not have as a kindergartner. And yes, fourth grade in marriage, there could be some more stress about I'm not perfect enough, nothing I do is right. I call that the marriage mirror effect. When you are in a relationship with someone, especially a marriage where you are committed, they are holding up a mirror to all of your flaws. Whereas as a single person, so much easier, right? Because no one is telling you what is wrong with you and all these things that they don't like about you and all these things they want you to change. So there's a lot of pressure. But that's the amazing thing about marriage is it's designed so that you can both grow and become something amazing, because you constantly got this mirror, maybe not telling you everything that's right about you, but pointing out what's wrong so you can become better. But if you're sensitive, you're gonna want that affirmation of, well, what did I do right? You're only telling me what I did wrong. I'm gonna move on to the next bullet point. Introverts versus extroverts. We all tend to marry our opposite. Raising your hand in class. I could relate that to how you and your spouse communicate. Do you feel it necessary to literally raise your hand to get a time in to speak because they just go on and on and on, and you feel lectured like you are a student sitting in a college classroom in a class that you're not even interested in taking? Talk about that in the book. Let's see, the 7-year itch. I brought that up to Amanaya, which was kind of cute and funny because I wasn't expecting her to know what that means, but I definitely go into that time of transition and testing after you've been married for 7 years, and then all of these influences try to get their way in and change your mind and manipulate you about what you have going on. I have been married for 22 years. I haven't mentioned that, so I should probably tell you guys all of that. And there's more details on that in the book because I know that I don't look that old. So if you want to know how that works and how I look like this, you're going to have to read the book. My Kickstarter launches tonight at midnight. It goes for 30 days. I am trying to raise $5,000, which isn't much, for all the friends and family and awesome supporters I have out there. And those funds are specifically to transition the book from this last phase of design that it is in to get it into your hands, into the bookstores. We've been offered an amazing thing from Tattered Covered Bookstore for them to host our book signing, and we just want this transition to go well, and it all takes funding. So I love you guys. I want the information that I have to change your life. I know that it can. I've been working with individuals here and there over the years, and now I want to work with masses of people who need the information. Help me get it out there. I love you, and I'll be back with one more interview.